Darkness, pain, the smell of ancient dust and ozone. I gasped, sitting up violently, only to be stopped by a heavy weight across my legs. My vision swam. We hadn't splattered onto the cobblestones. The fall had been impossible, yet here we were in the catacombs beneath the city. The void egg must have teleported us. The weight on my legs groaned. It was Silas, sprawled across me, his face buried in the tatters of my coat. Beside us, Kaelen pushed himself up from a pile of rubble, the satchel clutched in his hand. It was glowing brightly now, a steady, rhythmic violet thrum. "Silas," I rasped, my throat dry. "Get off." He stirred, pushing himself up on his elbows. He looked dazed. "Elara, you're alive, unfortunately." Kaelen limped over, his intense gaze sweeping over my body, checking for injuries I couldn't yet feel. The sheer size of him was overwhelming in the enclosed space. "You held on," he said, his voice rough with surprise. "You caught Silas." "I have bad reflexes," I muttered, trying to untangle myself from Silas, acutely aware of the hard muscle of his thigh pressed against my hip. "Bad reflexes saved us," Silas winced, clutching his ribs. "The magic cushioned the fall, but your grip kept us within its radius. If you'd let go, we'd be paced." "We need to move," Kaelen said, his voice grim. The heat coming off him was different now, not just pyromancy, but body heat. I could smell leather, rain, and the distinct musk of a man who dealt in violence. The displacement flare will attract things. "I can't," Silas hissed, trying to stand and failing. "My leg, it's broken." Kaelen cursed softly. He handed me the glowing satchel. "Hold this." Then he scooped Silas into his arms as if he weighed nothing. The fierce, tender protectiveness between them made my chest ache with something I refused to name. "Lead the way, thief," Kaelen commanded, nodding to a tunnel. We walked for what felt like hours, the air growing colder, a bone-deep chill that gnawed at my soul. "It's the void chill," Silas murmured, his head on Kaelen's shoulder. "The egg, it consumes heat." "I'm freezing," I admitted, my teeth chattering. "We stop here," Kaelen said abruptly, finding a small alcove. He set Silas down gently before turning to me, his expression unreadable. "We need to share heat. My fire magic can counter the chill, but only if we are touching. It needs a conduit." My mind raced, to be pressed against that furnace of a body. "You want us to cuddle?" I asked, skepticism warring with a shiver of something that wasn't entirely from the cold. "I want us to survive," Kaelen said. He sat, pulling the injured mage against his chest. Then he opened his other arm, his dark eyes locking onto mine. An invitation, a demand. I crawled into the space beside him. He wrapped his massive arm around me, pulling me flush against his hard side. The contact was an electric shock. He was a furnace, and I was starving for warmth. I let out a shaky breath, my head resting on the solid wall of his pectoral muscle, the slow, powerful thud of his heart echoing through me. Silas was on his other side, a tangle of limbs and wet clothes, bound by lethal magic. I could feel the tension in every muscle of Kaelen's body as he held us both. Just as my shivering subsided, a sound echoed from the darkness. Skittering like 1,000 claws on stone. Kaelen stiffened, his arm tightening around me possessively. Silas's hand found my knee, his grip tight. "Chitin stalkers," Kaelen whispered, the vibration of his voice a terrifying comfort against my skin. "Dozens of them."
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.